Pari Shah, which is one of our board members for the period club. And then Pari Shah is a rising senior at Kingman High School, and she's on board for the Science Olympiad team, the physics club, and of course the period club. Since freshman year, she's been on #2 singles varsity tennis. Out of school, she has completed her gold award, which revolved around emotional intelligence, or EQ, and she has implemented her program in 3 elementary schools, reaching over 200 students. She's also part of Orange County Red Cross Youth Leadership, where she has raised $1,600 for fundraising for scholarships. And she has been a part of Toastmasters, which is an organization to help improve public speaking, for over 4 years, and has earned her Bronze Communicator Award. So without further ado, oh no, before we start, here's some things to remember. Please do not turn on your mics without being asked. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat. Please be respectful to our speaker, and also this session will be recorded, so if you're uncomfortable, you are welcome to turn off your camera and take off your last names. But since this will be a little more interactive and we'll be doing exercises, it would be nice if we could see you guys join us. So without further ado, please welcome Pari Shah.
Hi, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me. So to get started, I have like a presentation that I can present, and I can get that started. So yeah, so okay. A lot of these come from like personal experience. Like when me and Maylene were like thinking of like talking about this, we were like thinking like, oh, like from our own personal experience, like what could we do that could like actually be relatable for someone who hasn't like gone through this before, or like they have and like just need like another idea, or like just something that could like help them out as well. So we just like came up with I think 12 exercises, and yeah. So our first one is going to be it's called the fish pose. And the way this works is I'll move my laptop down, and then so I'll do like the yoga pose first, and then I'll give you guys like a minute, and then we can like go through it together again. So if you guys want to turn your cameras on, and if you're comfortable doing that, now would be a great time. And if not, that's okay too. It's like whatever you're comfortable with, that's perfectly okay. And I will try to make a good situation so you can see what I'm doing and you can get this started. Okay, so I'll move my laptop right now. Okay, so I'm in my room right now, and I think this is good. And so starting off with the fish pose, what we're gonna be doing is you start off by lying down on your back, and you have to make sure that your palms are like you're sitting on your palms, and when you like extend your upper body, you can like feel the stretch. So what we're gonna do is once you're laying down, you like get all the way down, and then once you're all the way down, then you like push yourself up. So I'm gonna do that now, and it would be like that. So then once you do that, you just like focus on your breathing, and once you do that, like you'll feel the stretch, and hopefully you also feel it in your core, because like that's where like I feel my cramps, and I hopefully that's like the normal spot. So now I'll leave like 30 seconds to a minute, and then we can you guys can take your turn. Okay, hopefully that one went off to a great start. And for our next one, this is called the cobra pose. So the way this one's gonna work is you're gonna lie down with your stomach to the floor, and then you're gonna push your upper body up, and then like by doing that, you should feel the stretch like in your core. So majority of these, like you should feel the stretches in your hips, your core, or just like hopefully it helps to alleviate like pain. So to do this, we're going to lie down and go all the way down, like just like laying down. And then once you're laying down, then you want to push yourself up so that it should be like that. And then you should feel the stretch. Yeah, I feel a stretch. And I think this one's like a good pose to do, especially if you are feeling it in like your lower back, because I know I have sometimes too. So this could be like a good one to do. So now I'll leave it for you to try, and I'll give you guys 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, Bailey, is it like, do you feel it, the stretch? Or, yeah? Okay. So, for our next one, we have the bound angle pose. So this one is also known as the butterfly exercise. So in simple terms, first you want to crisscross applesauce, but then like you're gonna pull your legs as far in as they can go. So then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm not as flexible as the girl in the picture because I don't stretch my hips out as much as I should, but as far as they can go. And then you're gonna like rotate your legs like this, and you should really feel the stretch like in your inner hips because that's like the main muscles and like joints that this is like targeting. And it's actually like a really good stretch and exercise as well. So hopefully this one also helps. So now I will like demonstrate it for like 10 seconds and then I'll give you guys a turn too. So like this, and then like I feel it right now, and this is like actually really good. I really need to be doing this one more. So yeah. Um Now I'll give you guys another minute. So okay, so for our next one, we have the child pose. So this is like a personal favorite. I feel like every time I get cramps, I really lean towards this one because it just like helps. I don't know why, but for me it helps. Hopefully for you too, it helps as well. But everyone's different, so I feel like everyone has like the different like little things that help them more than like other things. So for this one, you can get on the floor, like tiles, carpet, or a mat, whatever is like more comfortable for you. And then you're gonna like start like this and you're gonna reach as far as you can go. So hopefully I can like demonstrate this good, but let's actually move the thing. Okay, I'll move my like camera down. So then you're just gonna like lean as far as you can go and then try to feel the stretch like every as much as you can in your body. And then like the main thing is to also focus on your breathing because I feel like if you can like regulate your breathing, that might help too if you're experiencing cramps. So now I'll give you guys like a minute. Okay, so that was a minute. And um, for our next one, we have it's called the wide angle forward pose. So I know, me personally, I'm not as flexible as the people in these pictures. Don't let that scare you because I'm not anywhere near that. And I feel like you can still get like the proper stretching in that will help you like personally. So for this one, I am going to move the camera down again. And then you can like move your legs as far as they can go. So for me, not that much. That's okay. And then after that, just gonna lean as like far forward as you can, because then you should really feel it like right here. And hopefully it helps. So wow, I am not that flexible. And then just like lean forward. I'm gonna try to touch my laptop. It's kind of far. That's like a little goal of mine. And yeah, you should like really feel it in your hips. So now I'll give you like a minute. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this one went better for you than it did for me. Now we're gonna move on to our next one. So this is called recline and twist. So what we're gonna do is we're going to lay down. So on a preferable surface that you want, and then I'm gonna like lean up so you guys can like how to lay down. So I'm gonna lay down, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with stretching. I'll start with my left leg so you guys can see it better, and then you guys can like start whichever one you're like more comfortable with. And uh, um, we're going to move your other leg forward and then put it under your other leg. And once you do that, you should like feel the stretch in your body and make sure you're laying down and then you like turn all the way to the side you move your leg on. So then you should feel the stretch. So I actually do it and that was like a good one. And now I'll give you guys a minute as well. So okay, hopefully that one also went well. For our next one, okay, genuinely, this one is like one of my personal favorites because I do this and like it helps. So this is called the inverted leg pose. And honestly, it's pretty simple. So you're gonna find a wall where you can like lean against, and you're gonna lie down and make sure you extend your legs all the way up. And then you can like extend your arms too if you want, but it's your choice. Whatever makes you feel better. So I will move my camera. So I will over here, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the wall, and then I'm gonna get like pretty close to the wall, and then I'm going to extend my legs all the way up, but then make sure I scoot in because like you're gonna get as close to the wall as you can, and then you're just gonna like put your legs all the way up, and then just like feel the stretch, and it helps right here. It like just makes it feel good. I totally recommend this one, and yeah, so I will give you guys a couple minutes to get relaxed. Okay. Hopefully you guys are trying out the poses and are liking at least a couple. You guys don't have to like all of them, but if you could pick a couple personal favorites from what you've tried, doesn't have to be mine, just like anything that you felt like you really feel like it could help, or just in general, we'll try again. So for our next one, we have it's called the reclined bound angle pose. So this is actually supposed to be really relaxing. And the way we're gonna do this one is you lie all the way down, and then I'm gonna fold your legs like inward till they touch. So it's like my hands, but like those should be the soles of your feet. So the way we're gonna try this is it's gonna go, you're just gonna lay down, and then once you lay down, make sure like they're like inward like that. Hopefully you can see it with like that. Like on the floor. And then once you do that, like try to keep it breathing like in. Make sure you take it breaths so that it can help. So having said this, I will give you guys minutes. Try this out. Hopefully, it does do the work that it's supposed to do. So time is not up yet, but I just wanted to say, like, even all these exercises can also be done like on a daily basis, like even if you're not feeling cramps, because I feel like it is really important to stretch your body like at least once a day or like every other day. Because if you don't stretch, it's like I feel like it makes you more like injury prone if you're not stretching like regularly, especially if you play sports. Like you should be stretching like before and after. Like for tennis, I always have to make sure I stretch my arms, legs, and especially my hips out because after practice, I can get really sore. But if you stretch, like it could really help. So that's like just a note for me. I've gone through like a lot of sports, like a lot of years of playing sports. So that's just like a tip I have in general. Stretching is always good. It will never hurt. It will never hurt your body. Like it might hurt in the moment, but long term is good. So now time is up and we will be moving on. So for our next pose, it's called the pigeon pose. So it's a cute name, but this pose is you're going to go like lean forward, but make sure you kick one leg all the way back. So I'll like make sure you guys can actually see. So I kicked my right leg all the way back, and then I'm going to lean forward and then make sure my leg is like my left leg is crossing up. So and I'm gonna hold my left leg and then lean forward. So what this should do is when you lean forward, you should really feel that stretch. This is a really good stretch to do when you're feeling hip pain or just like pain in like your lower leg because it really stretches it out. And then I'll switch, but I'll start the timer for your turn. time is now up. So we will be moving to our next one. And for that is this one is called supported savasana. And this one is supposed to be like really relaxing. And for this one, hopefully you can find like a pillow or like um anything for where you can elevate your feet. So for this one, also like a chair or a wall, anything that can just like make sure your legs are elevated. And then if you want, you can also use like hot or cold towels, whichever one will work. And you can put that on your forehead to cover your eyes, like anything to help relax your face. And I feel like lifting your legs is it will help. So for this, I'm gonna go grab a pillow and I will be right back. Okay, so I have a pillow. I'm gonna leave it right here, and I'm gonna make sure my legs are on the pillow, and I am laying down. And what you want to do is honestly just lay down and make sure that you're getting as relaxed as you can be, because I know cramps, they can be tough, they're painful, and you gotta have something that you can do to help that'll work. So hopefully, like getting relaxed, making sure you're in the most like comfortable position you can be will help alleviate that pain. So now I will leave a little minute and a half, so that you guys can like get relaxed. Okay, hopefully that was relaxing because I know I like to have not an excuse, but just like any reason to lay down, take a breather, and make sure everything is going okay. So our next one, this is called the low back and glute stretch. So what we want to do for this one is lie down, and then you can alternate for both legs, but once you're lying down, you want to pull like one leg as close to you as possible, and you should really feel the stretch. When I played basketball, this was like something we'd always do, and then we have the other person like push the leg back as much as they can, and you just like really feel the stretch. So this one is like athlete rated. So I will now do that. And once I lay down, I will make sure that I take this leg and I like pull it back as much as I can. And I feel it. And I think this is a good stretch. So now that I have done it, I will leave a couple minutes for you guys to try it out. Okay, so hopefully you guys got a chance to do both legs and that it went well. This one is our last one. So this one was actually recommended by Maylene. And I will move my laptop. So because this one is standing up, and what this one really entails is making sure that you like stretch slowly and make sure you really feel it like in your all the way from the top of your spine, that's in your neck, all the way down when you're going. So then- okay. So now I'm standing up and I will start and then like I'll just like slowly like start to go all the way down and I really feel it in my spine. So and once you do that, I'm gonna go like all the way down, and then you want to like slowly come all the way back up. Okay, and that was like around a minute, and hopefully you guys felt it in your backs and like this one. So this concludes this my session. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can like type it out in the chat or email the period email, which is period.canyonhighschool@gmail.com. So now if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, but I will stop sharing now.
Okay, does anyone have any questions? Okay, I guess not. Thank you, Pari, for doing that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I definitely felt very relaxed doing it. So yeah, I do have an evaluation form for it's just what you guys thought of the session, and it will only take a few seconds. So if you guys could fill it out, that would be amazing. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.